What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I am bringing you an anime review of ReZero, episode 16. Let me tell you guys right off the bat that this is going to be a long one. It is. I'm sorry, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a detailed one because this was a very political heavy episode. And because of that, I'm more likely not going to get my Heroic Legend or Arslan review out today, but rest assured it will come out either tomorrow or definitely before the week is over or sometime in a week. So I'll definitely have it up. But this episode of ReZero, even though, it didn't live up to the hype of episode 15, and I don't think anything will, it was still a good episode. It was still an engaging episode, and it's the glue that seals the foundation that is once again making this the anime of the season. I really don't think anything is going to top it. It's just being too strong at the moment. And episodes like today were the reason why I feel this way. But the thing that I want to get into, a huge majority of this episode is going to be me going in on Subaru. I'm sorry, I have to go in on this character, and let me get this out here as a disclaimer. I don't hate Subaru as a character. I don't. His flaws are the reason why he is one of the best main characters probably ever. But it's these flaws that he has that's making things bad for him, as he just refuses to learn from the things that he has, and he keeps walking around with this thought in his head that he is the reason everything is going to get better. And it can. I mean, he can kill himself and come back and fix things, but that is the problem. He is going back to try to fix things. He's not fixing them. He's just making things worse as he is diving feet first into this world of politics, as he's learning how the politics of this kingdom works. And he needs to learn that quick if he expects to get any help with Subaru, with not only himself, but with trying to save Amelia and everybody else that he's trying to do. He has to learn the political game. And this is what this episode pretty much showed us. And I hope that he takes everything that he learned from this episode once again, puts that in his toolbox, and comes back with a better head on his shoulders and try to work the game to his advantage. The entirety of this episode was Subaru going to a few of the Queen's candidates and trying to get their assistance after what happened with Betelgeuse, Rim, Ram, and everybody, and him trying to fix what happened last time or avoid it from happening. So the first person that he goes to is he goes back to the castle to see Crush, and he sees that William is talking to a man out front by the name of Russell Fellow, who William tells him that even though he puts on this appearance, this guy has a lot to do with what's going on with politics, and he's not what he seems. He isn't exactly to be trusted. So that's a little bit something that they left out there that'll come into play later on in the episode. But he goes in to talk to Crush, and I think she gave him the most powerful lesson of all, as Subaru has to understand that these people don't know him. They don't know what he's going through. They don't know what he can do. And even though it sucks that he can't tell them, he needs to understand that each time he does these resets, people don't know what went on. So he needs to go into each situation with the clear head, stop fucking up, do things better, and we don't see that here with this situation, as he went to Crush completely the wrong way, and he pretty much got called and exposed for it by her. And the biggest thing that's kind of teeing me off about Subaru, and again, I understand it from his standpoint, but as a watcher, this is what's frustrating me, is that when he doesn't get what he wants, he flies off the handle like these people know that he is a savior or something, and they don't see him that way. They don't see you that way at all. So you can't lose your shit and start screaming at people that aren't supposed to help you, because at the end, these people are politicians. They only care about themselves. And he started to learn that, especially starting with Crush, as he goes to tell her about the Witches Guild, who she had a little bit of familiarity about, and he asked her for her help in taking these guys down. But you have to understand where Crush is coming from. She looked at the situation like this: how do you know about these people? How do you know when they're going to attack? Are you one of them? She mentions that, which of course enrages him, and even Rem to a bit. It's like, no, he's not with them. But he has no proof of what these people are doing. He just came to her saying, we need to take these people down. We need to kill them. And she sees the anger. She sees the greed and the selfishness in Subaru as he gets upset when she refuses to help him, because she's broke it down to him like this: if I help you, Amelia's gonna have to drop out the race. And he's just like, okay, haven't you learned that you can't make decisions for Amelia? You can't do that. These people, you're a grunt to them. You can't make the decisions for her. He needs to stop doing that. Crush calls him out on that, saying she could drop out of this whether you make this decision or not. You don't have any power to make this decision. You're not affecting this decision at all. So mark that off the list. She also says, I can see the rage and anger within you with wanting to take down this guild and wanting to kill them. You want to kill them for yourself. You want to take them out for some reason that you have. You're not doing this for Amelia. Not once did you say you're doing this to help Amelia. Everything in this situation has been I need to stop these people. You need to help me. What reason does she have? She looked at it in the sense of saying, what can you do for me? You don't have anything to offer me. You're just a knight, and at this point, I don't even think your own queen believes in you. So what are you doing here? What can you offer me? What are you going to give me by helping? You're coming in here storming, screaming, to the point where he was about to go up to Krush in this rage look on his face, and William stepped in like, wait a minute, you need to back off before you get hurt, bro. Chill out. So yeah, I completely agree with Krush. If I was Krush looking at this, it's like, who are you? You don't have any clout. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but that's how she's looking at it. What can you do for me? You're a failure. Get out of here. I have no reason to believe you. I do believe you. She did go ahead and put that in by saying, I do believe you, but I'm not going to gain anything for it. So you can get mad by saying, is it because you want to help the people or not? It doesn't matter, because Subaru needs to learn that these politics are just like the politics from his world. At the end of the day, these political figures don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about the people. All they care about is themselves and making their position higher and higher. And he saw that with Krush before he got dismissed by Krush saying, get out of here. I'm not going to help you. Come back when you have a little bit less selfishness, a little bit less greedy, maybe a little bit cooler head. Now think about it. So he failed that completely with Krush, and he has to pick up the pieces and leave and go from there. So next he decides to go to Priscilla, which once again, I don't understand why he would have did this, but I do. Because, I don't know, for some reason he thinks that Priscilla is his friend. So I don't know why he would have went to her to begin with. He goes to her, makes the same claim that this guild is coming, you need to help me. And Priscilla pretty much says just that. I don't know you. You're not my friend. Why are you here? Where's Amelia? Why are you here making a decision for her? Okay, I'll help you. But you know what you gotta do? You gotta swallow your pride and you gotta kiss my feet, because you look real desperate right now. So I'm gonna put my foot in your face. You go ahead and lick it. Swallow your pride if Amelia means that much to you. So Subaru, you know, you kind of look like, hell no, I'm not gonna do that. But he bowed down. He went ahead and did it anyway. And just as he was about to kiss her foot, she straight up kicks him in the face and berates him. She was like, what are you doing, you idiot? I'm not your friend. This is how desperate you are that you're gonna come here and beg your enemy to help you? I am not your friend, bro. And if this is how desperate you are, this is what you will do to appease your own greed for your own selfish means, then I can come to your village and pretty much attack it anytime. You don't know me. You don't know what I can do. So for you to trust in me just because I said I'll help you, nah, get out of here. I hate you. You disgust me. Get him out of my room. So he loses another candidate as he has to dust himself off once again and go ask somebody else for help. And it really is sad to see this, because again, I relate with Subaru as far as saying that he knows what's coming. He knows he needs to do something to help. But again, this is going to be a big topic of this video, is that these politicians don't give a damn. He needs to learn that. He needs to learn it quick as he goes to the next queen candidate, Anastasia, who was probably the most helpful in his cause, as he sits with her and she tells him, basically she tells him, this is chess, not checkers. You have to offer something to these people that they're going to want and dangle it in front of them like a carrot, because if you keep putting your actions and your greed and your wants in front, people are going to see that and no one's going to help you. In fact, they're probably just going to expose you and kick you out, just like the last two people did. So he learns a valuable lesson from Anastasia as she tells him that you need to kick back, get to know these people, get in good graces with these people, and start your negotiations from there. That is the basics of negotiation, because without negotiations, you're not going to get anywhere on this political stand. Anastasia wasn't as cold as the rest of the people that he's encountered, as she did in a way help him by giving him a dragon carriage so he can get to where he needs to go, back to Amelia. But it was in exchange for the information that she found out from him, as she read the entire situation from when he stormed out from talking with Krush that something was up, and she used that against Subaru, and he flies off the handle once again like, you played me, I thought you were helping me, blah blah blah. And this is where we get into finding out that Anastasia has a whole bunch of knights around her called the Iron Fang, including a little cute kitty by the name of Mimi. And as he's about to step to her in his anger, once again, even she says, look at you, you're getting upset for no reason. What do you have to offer to people? The little kitty jumps in. She's like, you don't want this problem. The Iron Fang are probably one of the most dangerous, or at least that's what Anastasia says, one of the most dangerous crews out there. And Mimi is her second in command. So he needed to pump his brakes. He also found out that the entire tavern that he was sitting in while he was telling everything that's going on and flying off the handle were all her knights. So he completely got played by her, even if he did get something in return with the horse carriage or the dragon carriage that he needs to get back to the city. So I hope that Subaru takes all of this that he's learned from everybody and puts that to good use. As the episode opens up a little bit here, as he goes back, he grabs Rem, he's gonna go back to the city, and his plan is to basically get Amelia, Rem, and everybody that he can from the city out of there before the Witches Guild get there and cause their havoc. So heading back, he runs into Otto. Remember the man he met about 2 episodes back who was driving him into the city. But the danger doesn't stop there, as while they're going through the city, he offers to buy all of Otto's cargo on the carriage so he can have more room to save people. We also learn a big deal from Anastasia with Krush. Remember that man at the beginning, Russell Fellow? Anastasia tells Subaru that Krush is buying all of the iron, all of the weapons in the city. And because she's buying all that, prices are going up. So once again, Krush is playing a political game. She's playing politics, she's playing economy to her advantage, because I think she's probably buying all the weapons and then she's going to be the only dealer for him or something like that. Once again, showing Subaru that he needs to get on the political stage in this arc in order to win over. And I guess he kind of saw that a little bit when he buys all the stuff from the cartridge to get everybody out. He's like, hey, you need this oil, buy it. I don't know. I'm rambling on that part a little bit. But the whole point of the story is Subaru needs to learn the politics. And back to the matter at hand, Subaru's heading back to the city or the village to do his rescue plan. However, remember they said that he couldn't go a certain way in the city because it was like a whale creature that was there and some type of fog. And because of that, people go all the way around. Apparently, they must have forgot that as they go to it, or maybe this creature's going around the entire forest. They run into this fog, and Subaru's using his cell phone, and in straight up horror movie fashion, he sees this big ass eye of a creature. And Subaru also mentioned that one of the people on the crew must have went back for some reason. They couldn't find him, and it goes back to people maybe forgetting something for some reason, because when he mentioned that and they got into the fog, Otto said that, you know, I don't remember anything about that. It seemed like they completely lost that memory of the guy. So now they got this big monster in front of him. Subaru has this straight up scared look on his face as they pan out and they see that the entire forest area has just been smashed. And I'm pretty sure Subaru died at this point. He's going to get to start over, but I hope he takes all of the negotiation and all the practices and all the things that he learned in this episode to make things a little bit better for him next time as he goes out for help. Maybe he's going to play the political game a little bit, or at least I hope, as he does need to get the help. He just needs to calm his jets a little bit and put himself in other people's situation. It's like going to a police station, and even though they're supposed to help you, when you say help, it's these people out here, they're doing things. They're going to want a little bit more information. Someone might be even a little bit selfish, just like Krush, and say, well, what am I going to get out of this? It's messed up, but that's just how the way the world works. And that's what I like about ReZero as well, is they're bringing this type of realism into it, as you have to play the game in front of you, and you can't get upset and let it overtake you. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Don't ruin it for me. I haven't read the light novel. I'm not going to pick up the light novel until probably the season's over, so please be aware that not everybody's reading the light novel, so hopefully there won't be any spoilers in the comments, but definitely let me know what you thought about the episode. Do you agree with Subaru? I can tell you I don't. I don't agree with him, and I'll say it again. Just because he's the main character doesn't mean that I have to agree with him and see his side of things, because on the outside, he's looking like a madman to these people who only care about upping their political stature and getting things for themselves. So he has to learn how to play that game. He has to smarten up, especially if he wants to get revenge on Betelgeuse. He can't go in with that rage in his eyes or nobody's going to believe him. He needs to learn that quick. So If you guys like the video, go ahead and drop it a like. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content on this channel for you. And on that note, as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for stopping by. So on that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.